and which side attaches to the vertebral bone?
This side attaches. Because like
Okay,
this.
so on my bone up here, the right or the left attaches to the cartilage?
Right.
Left. Or the right.
It's the right, yes. This is the end that attaches to the costal cartilage in the front. This is the end that attaches to the bones in the back. It's the side with more lumps and bumps, right? So we're going to start at the back and kind of work our way around to the front. The first feature is going to be kind of this expanded section of bone right here that attaches to the thoracic vertebrae. This is called the head. And then we have a slight narrowing here. It's called the neck, although I don't think that's on our list. And then you're going to see kind of this projection of bone right here. This is called the tubercle. This is an additional site of articulation with the thoracic vertebrae. This is where it's going to kind of touch the transverse process of the thoracic vertebrae, is this little lump right there. And then as we move around, there is going to be a section where you have the bone, the curvature of the bone really sharply changes direction. It's a little different on each rib, depending on whether you're rib number 1 or rib number 9. It's going to, the placement of this sharp bend will be a little different in each rib, but this sharp bend where the curvature really takes moves in a different direction, this is called the angle. And then this whole front of the bone right here, this is called the body. And then you would attach with the costal cartilage at this end right here.
Where was the angle? Was that
The angle is the region of the rib where you get a really sharp curvature, where you're moving around from the back, around the side, to the front. So this region of sharp curvature right here. On each bone, it will be in a slightly different place. It may be a little more towards the vertebral end, a little more towards the costal end, depending on what rib you've got. Because the rib number 1 is shaped different from rib number 10. But in general, where you see that sharp change in direction, that really deep curve, that's going to be the angle. And so when we are looking at the rib cage, this is actually what cartilage would look like on a real skeleton before it's all kind of rotted away. Again, what you'll notice is the shape of these ribs change depending on how high you are in the column. The ribs higher up are going to be shorter. They're going to have a much deeper curve to them in general. The ones further down are going to be a little flatter. The curve will be a bit more gentle. But you are going to see general patterns of those features we just talked about on every rib. Something else you may notice, especially when you come up and look at the skeletons, when we have time tomorrow, you'll notice that the ribs do not wrap directly around the body, perpendicular to this axis or parallel to the ground. They kind of wrap around and angle down. You can feel it on your own rib cage. As they wrap around, they kind of angle down. It's a little bit like how on a bucket, the handle of a bucket kind of hangs over the edge, and it's facing down and it's facing kind of out at an angle. When you breathe in, your rib cage is going to do this. It's going to expand out and expand up. And that's what allows you to be able to inflate your lungs, and then when you breathe out again, the ribs head down into their original position again.